Hi everyone, I'm Nikki B and welcome to my channel. As you can tell from the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about all things weddings today. I'm going to be giving you guys tips and tricks and some advice on how not to lose your mind while you're planning your wedding. So let me give you some background on me. My husband and I, Kev, we got married in October of last year, and the wedding planning process was crazy. Crazy for me. He was just like, do whatever you want, I'm on board. But I got a bit overwhelmed through the planning process because I'm one of those people who likes to do everything herself. So as I went along with the planning process, I had to figure out what to delegate, what to do, how to make it cheaper, because we live in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm sure if all of you guys have been doing your research, getting married in New York is super expensive. So I was on a tight budget and I had to figure out how to have a lovely day, a lovely wedding on this tight budget. So this is what I'm going to be speaking on. So tip number one, limit your guest list. Do you need to invite your kindergarten teacher? Do you need to invite your auntie, your great aunt that you haven't seen in like 20 years? No. Invite people who are closest to you from like the past 2 to 3 years. Be very intentional about that. My husband and I only invited the people who are closest to us. We had some tough times over the past few years. He had a few deaths in the family, including his mom. So we were very intentional about inviting people who were with us through the process. And through that grief and, good times and all of that. But I did not invite people who I hadn't seen in a number of years, nor people who I haven't spoken to. And it's fine not to do that, especially if you're on a budget. Just explain to people, like, listen, we want to keep this small. We're on a budget. Unfortunately, we can't invite you to the wedding, but maybe, we can get together later, maybe go for a dinner or a lunch or something. And don't feel bad about it. It's your day. And if you have parents who want to invite their friends and coworkers and all of this other stuff, let them know that you're on a budget. And if they want to invite those people, they have to kick in some dough, and kick in dough before the wedding, not after, because you need that money up front, because you don't want nobody messing around, talk about, oh girl, I'll give it to you later. No, give me the money up front and then I'll send the invite. So that's tip number one. Tip number two, use fake flowers. Dude, flowers are so expensive for no goddamn reason. Let me tell you, I hate flowers. While they are beautiful, they stink. And then just thinking about using them for my wedding was overwhelming, because it's one day and then I'm going to throw them in the garbage. You're spending thousands upon thousands of dollars for flowers and then you're just going to throw them away. Use fake flowers. I went on Amazon.com, found some fake floral displays that looked real, or bouquets that looked real. And that's what I use. You can see it in the picture, in the intro picture for the video, and I'll insert a picture now. But that's what I used, and they looked great in the pictures, and they didn't stink. I wasn't like scrunching up my face all night because the flowers were ugh. So do that, and also use fake flowers for your table arrangements. We'll get to that next. So that's tip two. Use fake flowers. You'll save a ton of money, and you can reuse them later. Dude, win-win. Number three, the dollar store is your friend. Throughout the planning process and making sure I stayed on this super tight budget, I have never went to the dollar store so much in my life. And even for my weekly grocery shopping, because I'm like, how can I save money on this? How can I save money on that? Go to the Dollar Tree. Don't go to the Dollar Tree for food. But go for your household solutions and dish soap and toilet paper and stuff like that. But also utilize them for their vases. My mom has a amazing dollar store or Dollar Tree near her in Connecticut. And she did my flower arrangements and she got a ton, or table arrangements, excuse me. She got a ton of glass vases that she used, and she decorated and she put some string on, and they looked amazing. And it was from the Dollar Tree. Don't sleep on Dollar Tree. I'm telling you. Tip number 4, utilize your network. So we all, well, hopefully we all, but most of us have people in our lives who are super great at negotiating, at planning, at decorating, at project managing. Utilize those people as long as you trust them and you know they're going to come through. Utilize those people to help you with your special day. I am someone who likes to do everything by myself because I have a feeling of, I'll have to answer a ton of questions and go and check someone's work when I can just do it myself, which is bad. I know it's bad. I'm working on it. But for my wedding, I utilized the people who are closest to me. Like my mom loves to make table arrangements. So she did my table arrangements. And my mom knows how to stretch a dollar. So, I'm all about it, especially for the wedding. And then I utilized one of my cousins. She was my day of the point person. So she was making sure I was where I needed to be and the music was playing when it needed to be playing, and that I was walking out and that the pictures were taken. She was my go-to person, and it was really helpful because I didn't want to pay a wedding planner. And so that was essentially her gift to me, but she did an awesome job. I had a couple of friends who came earlier to assist with setup. Like, utilize your people. And if they can't do it, don't be upset about it, because some people just want to come, have fun. They don't want to do anything. But ask for help. Ask for help. People will come through for you, especially on your wedding day. Tip number 5. Have your wedding on any day except for Friday and Saturday. Sunday through Thursday, the price for your venue will likely be cheaper. People usually are at church on Sundays, at work during the week, and, during the evenings, the Monday through Thursday, they're just going home, chilling. But that's when it'll be cheaper to have your wedding. So call around, ask for deals, do all that stuff. But a Sunday through Thursday wedding, people will make time to be there if they're closest to you. Tip number 6, negotiate people. We have a hard time negotiating, us as women. And men might be watching this video. I'm sure y'all don't have a problem with it. But everyone, negotiate. I had trouble with this because I wanted to pay people what they were worth. And I was intentional about wanting black and brown vendors. So I didn't want to ask for discounts and all of that stuff. But there's nothing wrong with negotiating. How I did it was, this is my budget. You ain't meeting it. So is there any way you can come down $100 or $200? Or I'm looking at you and another vendor, but I prefer you because of XYZ, but they're cheaper. Is there any way that you can come down to their price? And people will work with you. Not unless it's an astronomical difference in money. But people will work with you. So ask. There's no harm in asking. A closed mouth does not get fed. Ask for what you want and what you need, and be honest and forthcoming. People, these vendors will work it out with you. Number 7, buy your own liquor, beer, and wine. So most vendors will charge a premium on alcohol. And if you supply your own alcohol, they might charge you a corkage fee. We were fortunate that our vendor did not charge us a corkage fee. So we served some liquor, and it was mostly beer and wine. And let me tell y'all, for the people who live in New York, Trader Joe's Wine Shop in Union Square. Go there. Get all your wine. There is no maximum or a limit to how much you can purchase. And it's inexpensive, delicious wine. Huge assortment. Go there. That's what I did. We saved so much money on the wine. And then for beer, went to BJ's, racked up. And so my beer and wine for a total of 75 people, and the majority of them were drinkers, I spent like $300. And still, to this day, it's, what is it? It's March. Still have wine left over. It's awesome. Like, save money, go to BJ's, go to Trader Joe's, wine shop if you're in New York. My next tip, I can't even remember which number I'm on. Uber. These rideshare services are your friend for your wedding. So when I was calling around or looking online to get quotes to have like a nice luxury car pick me up and drop me off, and the same for my husband, and then drive us back home, these people wanted a ridiculous amount of money for like a 30-minute ride. And I just wasn't doing it. And I told my husband, I was like, listen, we can just do Uber, a black car, and it'll be cheaper than what these car services want. And he was really concerned about that, because he's like, what, are we going to hop off the Uber to take pictures and we're going to have the guy in the way? And I was like, baby, chill out, because nobody takes wedding pictures in front of limos or cars anymore. The majority of wedding pictures are like lifestyle shoots. So we're not doing that stuff in front of a car. We just need transportation there and home. And we used Uber and saved so much money. And it's a 30-minute ride between where we live and where the venue was. And some of these car services just wanted a crazy ton of money. And Uber, even for a black car, they didn't. Use rideshare services. You can book them in advance. You can schedule your ride. Like, it's awesome. And it's a great way to save money. Do that. Uber, Lyft, all of them. Do it. So this next tip is specifically for my sisters. Girls, I had the hardest time figuring out what I wanted to do with my hair. So I'm natural, and I wanted something that would last for my honeymoon, because we were leaving the next day, and I didn't want to have to worry about my hair. And I have never worn a wig, never gotten a lace front, and I was like, maybe I should try something new, see what it do. And went for a couple of consultations, and I was adamant, because I see people with lace fronts and wigs, and it just does not look real. And for me, if I'm going to spend a crazy ton of money on that, it needs to look like it is growing out of my scalp. And I went on a few consultations and got some ideas, but it was what I wanted, and for it to look that real was a ridiculous amount of money. And I went back and forth on it. And I was like, I can't wear my hair out, because I need it to last for our honeymoon. We went to an island, and I want to be able to get in the water. I don't want to have to worry about it. And I agonized over my hair for at least like 2-3 months. And I ultimately just decided to get braids. I was like, I got my regular hair braider who can do some knotless box braids, and found a video on YouTube, shout out to YouTube, on how to make them look elegant for a wedding. And I found a really cute braided style, and I put on my little tiara and my veil, and it looked beautiful. Went on my honeymoon the next day, was on the beach with my knotless braids, and it was amazing. I kept the braids in for 2 weeks, and it was well worth the money, and it was cheaper than a lace front, wig, closure, all of that. I'm not into that world. I want to try one, but I'm not into that world. But getting braids was just like amazing. So don't be afraid to go and get your hair and some braids for your wedding. It'll save you time. It'll save you money. If you're leaving for your honeymoon the next day, you won't have to worry about it. It's cute. It's elegant. You can jazz it up with some, hair accessories. Like, don't be afraid to do that. And so my last tip, have fun. So many people told me that while I was planning my wedding. So many mother of the brides from work and everything is just like, something is going to go wrong the day of your wedding or the day before, and it did. But brush it off and have a good time. And while I was in that space at my wedding, I made sure to tell myself that, because I was really anxious and things were happening and I was getting upset. And you step back and you think about what the wedding is. You are becoming one with another person, and just thinking about the love that you have with this person, and then thinking about how much money you spend in on one day. You cannot let any craziness get to you. You spend all of that money, you better have fun. You better get on that dance floor. You better drink as much as you can drink and just live up the day. Have fun with your family and friends. It's not often that everyone gets to have all of their close family and friends in the same space at the same time for a good moment. And so use that time to have a ton of fun and just get crazy and dance till your knees ache, because we surely did. Have fun. Have fun. So those were my tips and tricks for wedding planning. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if you have some tips and tricks that you are implementing for your wedding, or that you implemented for your wedding that I may have missed. Comment down below, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be making videos weekly on, the life of a 30-something-year-old in Brooklyn, expensive Brooklyn, navigating life. I got plenty to share with y'all. So subscribe, like, all of that stuff, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.